Welcome back everyone to Hearts of Iron 4, Rogue to Republic, and I installed the map mod. I think it looks better. If you guys don't like it, just tell me. It doesn't have the map names for some reason, but in general I think the colors look a little bit better on this one. Like, it looks like an actual map instead of, well, something that came out of game, which I think it's good. I don't know. I like it at least. And yeah, we're gonna attack down here because for some reason there's no enemy troops. So we're just gonna let the AI handle this. At the same time, I wonder if we could take Aleppo. Doesn't look like there's any enemy troops there. Maybe. Maybe. There do appear to be enemies though, so let's just wait. And also maybe we can do something over here before the Greek division gets in there. Nope. Can we even defeat it? No. It's actually a German division. Well, it says it's Greek, but it's actually under the control of Germany, so no. Is this my division that's attacking? No, that is a Soviet one. I'm just kind of checking out where I can make any offensive in the line, and there's some Germans. Well, they should be pretty easy to encircle, considering where they are. So as long as we take the left bank of the Dead Sea and then we move on down, and these guys should be pretty well dead. We're gonna take Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, just to be sure. And you're gonna continue on down. In fact, you're actually not gonna continue on down. You're gonna make sure that these men are encircled. And wait, you can walk across the lake. That's a problem. So we're gonna have to close the encirclement in the desert, which might or might not work. Well, at least these two are gonna be encircled. And then, well, yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to encircle you. We might though, actually. We're very close to it. And as long as we can take the Suez Canal, then anyone who's left on this bank of the desert is going to be encircled. And you're gonna go down like this, you're gonna go down like this. Everyone except you will get assigned to this one. Then the northern front, how is that going? Pretty much stalemate, not much that we can do anywhere. Yep. But we are closing to the Suez Canal and the main port on this side of this side of the sea. So as long as we can keep these enemy troops pinned against the desert, then we're gonna have a pretty easy time at it. We're very close to it. We can just smell the water of the Red Sea. And so, unfortunately, they have managed to escape us. But at least we're gonna be able to probably push them back across. If we get move quick enough, then they're not gonna have enough time to regain their organization. And then I think right now it's gonna be important to get rooting out defeatism, because I think it's just time to get some more recovery rate. Let's see if we can actually move across and then have this guy move across on the other side so that someone at least gets encircled. Nah, did not work out that way. But we're gonna be across on this side of the canal. And I don't really want everyone there, so please do that. And if the Netherlands wants to move through our territory, that's fine. Then we are going to increase the scope of the plan so that after we have crossed, we can continue on advancing. I'm gonna let the AI handle that and start micromanaging a little bit more up here. There's a bit of an opportunity here. They've left some of their territory unguarded. Probably not. We're probably not going to be able to take them out. But we do have air support, actually. Coming in from the Soviet Union, probably. So we're going to have... yeah, they do have a lot of fighters and probably some bombers as well. Wait, fighter have the order close air support? Really now? Fighter have the order close air support. How does that work? Not sure. But hey, it's working out in our favor, so that's fine, I guess. Here they're trying an offensive. They're gonna counterattack the men that we have sent forth, and that's gonna work, so let's retreat. Because in the open desert, there's really not much that our men can do. But out here, where we have some good reserves, then they can't really touch us. Here the AI is being slow, as usual. There aren't really any Italian divisions around, so I would expect a pretty easy breakthrough, and it seems like we've managed to close the pocket in this sector as well. So, the weak point in the German lines appears to be this section of desert, so we're going to send more troops over there, and hopefully we're going to be able to punch through. And here's some Italians, and some Belgians. Damn it, Belgians. Why does it always have to be you? You are going to get assigned to this part of the army. Now everyone except you two, because you two are very, very low in organization, are gonna move on forward. And then, well, you and you are gonna attack this tank division because they're in the mountains, so they should be pretty easy pickings for our command infantry, because they can also pierce the enemy armor somehow, despite the fact that they really don't have any piercing. Yeah, must be like the weakest light tanks ever, so probably just throw a grenade at it and it would die. And we're starting to take back Northern Africa. Soon enough the Italians are going to be pushed out of there completely. And looks like the Italians have actually managed to retake their homeland from the Allies, which is a problem. Are we still getting air support? No, we aren't. But we have the multiple flank attack modifier, which is definitely helping us out. Especially considering the enemy has a decryption advantage and a better general. But yeah, not really much that they can do when we are attacking them from multiple flanks. And then no real other opportunities are presenting themselves, at least not now. Let's try this. It's a pretty decent Italian division, but I think we can break through it with a bit of help from multiple sides. And then that should do quite a bit of damage. That's some Mountaineers from Croatia, though they're not in the best shape. It's definitely not the best division ever. So we're going to attack it as well. Especially because they're sending reinforcements from the east, some Hungarian troops. And here comes some Spanish, but, well, we can't do much there, can they? So we're going to continue to advance, and then we can also advance here. And that's not a good idea, so we're going to stop it. Who's attacking? You. Stop it. So we're starting to snake up in Turkey, and if we can do that and link up with this army, then that's going to be a very nice encirclement, especially because the supplies are already bad in this part of the world anyway, so having an encirclement is going to make them run out even quicker than usual. And we're pushing out here. We're pushing very well, I think. Problem is, need to edit it like this, and I need to have everyone on it because I'm not sure what all the guys were thinking of doing. They're gonna try to counterattack us, but I don't think they're gonna have much success at it. And there's some supply problems. All right, the desert, of course. Yeah, I was thinking that was an encirclement, but thankfully it wasn't. And now I think we can try to encircle this southern territory, but they appear to have moved away all their divisions. So at least for now, we're gonna stop and we're gonna attack in another direction. That's not a good idea, though. And we get deep operations. Good. Unfortunately, we don't have any more bonuses towards research, so we're gonna have to go slowly at it, which is fine. We're trying to counterattack the flanks of our breakthrough, but it's not working. At least that's what it seems like, which is obviously good. I don't want to lose these divisions up here. That would not be very useful for me. Now, okay. What we can do is try to surround you guys. In fact, there's also a empty province. So we're gonna take advantage of that. Especially if they try to send reinforcements from the east. That's gonna be a good place to blockade them. That's a river crossing, so no, we're not gonna attack there. fact, there's a lot of river crossings around, and that's a problem. And in Africa, we are just finishing off the Italians. So once they are done, which is going to be soon, let's just adjust the plan to make sure that it is executed well. So once they're done, we're gonna have 11 more divisions to transfer to the west, aka out here. What I can do though is attack here. Partially because it's gonna draw troops off. So that makes attacks in other places a little more feasible. Then we're gonna have you advance as well because they've left some stuff empty. I'd really like to have some of those close air support fighters out here. That sounds so weird. Oh, Adana is completely open. The problem is, everything is completely open. We need to send something to actually guard the flanks of that. Penetration as it may. Thankfully though, Adana is a mountainous province, so whatever happens there is not only a mountainous, actually no, it's a plains, but it is actually a port as well. So if my guys get encircled, then they still get supplies. And they're attacking our flanks. Ooh, a really good flanking push on Aleppo. But what we can do is help out our boys by sending reinforcements and attacking the flanks of their attacking forces. Unfortunately, that has left the Spanish troops free to come in and just relieve the encirclement. But since they have moved more troops to the south to make an offensive there, they're a little bit more exposed up here in the north. Now they seem to be launching a pretty general offensive, but I don't think it's working out that well for them. Except in the south, where they seem to have sent most of their troops. That's also partially because the terrain there is the best of all the places. In fact, they're launching an offensive in Russia proper as well. This is despite the fact that the British are literally at the gates of Berlin and are just across the Spree and just ready to invade. So, I don't know. Germany has some interesting priorities of where to attack, but it's fine. This division will just hold Adana for now. And since we're about to close the pocket on the Italians, that's 4 divisions, and that's 5 divisions, and probably at least someone else that's moving. And there were probably more divisions around there. Once those divisions are dead, we can send reinforcements up here and help out. You know what we can do? We can encircle Gu. Perfect. You're gonna go down, and you're a Hungarian division. Okay. Then there's also a lot of free terrain over here that we can just move into. We can also do a counterattack in certain areas of the front, where the Germans appear to be a little bit weaker. Are there any of our divisions there? No. Good. Because I saw this kind of suicidal charge that the AI was doing. So I thought, hey, maybe there's actually my troops there as well. Thankfully not. Yes, our flanking attacks are proceeding very well. They have retaken Aleppo, but we haven't lost any divisions in actually a long time. And apparently the AI decided to send a lot of troops to Adana. Not sure why, but we're gonna make sure that we actually have good use made of this distraction force, I guess. And there's a huge amphibious landing in general that's happening. At least one division is going to have to stay behind to guard the port at all costs. And now we can take our reform from some more land doctrine bonuses. Now we can just fan out from Adana and hopefully reclaim the encirclement that we lost earlier. In fact, they have left Aleppo completely unguarded, and we're gonna take it out. Good. I'm gonna make sure that troops understand what's actually happening, and that they have the good orders. Now, pushing further into Turkey is gonna be hard because of the terrain, but it's kind of a blessing in disguise because, in general, we're much better at this kind of fighting than the Germans are. Whereas if we were on plains, then obviously the Germans would be a lot more superior. We have reached the army experience cap, unfortunately, without us being able to really do anything about it because, well, we don't really have any vehicles that we can produce, and obviously make variants of. Man, that took a while to think about variants. Yeah, essentially that is because we don't have any research, but we're gonna be able soon enough at least to make some new divisions, hopefully. See if we can just assault these guys, just so we have no need rather of keeping like 7 divisions out here to hold the encirclement. Gaziantep is also free for the taking, and there's an opportunity for a encirclement. In fact, there's an opportunity for a very good offensive. This guy, though, is a problem. We might actually not be able to punch through over here, but it's keeping them very busy. So we are able to send more troops into the breach elsewhere. And we're going to encircle this Italian light armor division. We're going to make sure that it stays encircled and dies a very, very painful death. Then out here, we have an opportunity to push through even more. And the AI seems to want to redeploy troops, which is very annoying, but we're gonna have to deal with that. Now that the encirclements are mostly secure, we can also advance in other areas. You're making very good progress, and we're just one province away from splitting the Eurasian part of the German domains to the Middle Eastern part. Obviously, they still have the land bridge with Istanbul, but that's not really greatest connection. We're gonna take... Who are we gonna take? I think we're gonna take an army offense person. Because army attack is just really, really good. Because it gives bonuses to all of your troops, which is always good. We're starting to run really low on equipment though. That's the problem. One way to fix that is to stop lend-leasing the Soviets, because at this point, well, maybe not stop lend-leasing, but definitely reduce the number of lend-lease that we're sending them. They should be able to make do with only 500 per month, which is going to in turn increase our capacity by a lot. So yeah, we need like 293 units, and 70 of that is lend-lease. So if we stop sending lend-lease for a while, we're gonna have a much better income of equipment. You're gonna try to reinforce the mountain infantry, but probably you're not gonna be quick enough, so yeah, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And you should be done. Yep, you are. So you are going to join this army, which is going to get a new frontage, obviously, to accommodate for the additional number of troops. And a new plan to accommodate for that as well. They're going to take the Black Sea ports. You're not going to be able to actually do that. But you might have delayed them enough that we can take territory elsewhere. In fact, this front is starting to get really, really long. So we're going to shorten it a little bit. Let the Soviet Union handle this part of the area. As much as I dislike letting the AI handle that, because I know that they will have some way to fuck it up. They just always manage to fuck up everything. So we're just gonna be psychologically prepared for that. Or at least making good progress elsewhere. Especially if we could sink more than one division from multiple flanks into each attack, that's obviously gonna give us a much more even chance at success. Not here, however. You need to stay here. At least for now. There's an attack coming in over here. Wonder if we can do much about it, though. Seems like most of our men are kind of redeploying, reinforcing, the likes. But at least we seem to have a decent opening in Turkey. They are sending tanks to stop our advances. That's gonna work. But they have left some of their front a little bit unguarded. So we're going to take advantage of that. Good number 1. Good number 2. Perfect. And I think that's going to be the end of the part. So I want to thank you all for watching. Sorry for the sluggishness, but soon enough, we'll be back in open country. Who the fuck is that? That's the Allies, I think. Yep, I think that's the Allies because we can't see their troops, so that has to be the Allies. Unfortunately, Italy kind of saved themselves. But other than that, we're doing pretty well. There's a huge Allied landing in the north, which is now kind of stable, funnily enough, and the Germans seem to have been pushed a little bit away from Moscow, which is obviously excellent, and also some of their troops are surrounded near there. The Caucasus front, we helped the Soviet AI advance a little bit, but not as much as it should have been. And so, next part, I think the goal is going to be the liberation of the entirety of Turkey. And I think that's doable. So I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed so far. And I'll see you soon. Actually, hold on. There must have been some more troops, right? That deployed. Nope. Nothing. And, oh. These guys joined the Comintern, right? Okay. I'm going to see you then.